I guess I should tell you guys how I ended up here.
So you're a double criminal then. For sneaking on the ship, and then also... Well, there's nothing we can do about it now.
Sounds like it was incredibly scary. I don't know what I'd do.
Rune and Yuhuan, since you are at the airlock, you can see this happen. What looks to be a large worm shoots out from the spire and just suctions itself to the outside of your airlock.
Samson! It's eating us! It's eating us! I told you! Fly! Fly away!
I don't know what to do.
Like a little bell just goes ding.
Aw.
Wait. Did that thing just have you arrived at your destination thing?
One of them spots you and gestures over with her fingers. Zay has black lips and teeth and flashes you a pleasant smile as their bright orange eyes blink at you vertically. They're calling you over to their table. Their eyes close, hot dog, not hamburger.
Oh my god, can we hear them close if we're close enough?
Yeah. They're like techno-goths, almost. Just like a group of very, like, black clothing, mechanical techno-goths.
I love them.
They seem cool, Samson. She said something about that meaning, that I'm, like, out of balance.
So is this, like, fortune-telling?
I think so.
Now that is unusual. Your friend here is quite in tune with himself.
We'll go and find this chief engineer and see if we can figure a situation out. Thank you very much for your help today.
The world must end tonight, and man pass out of sight. But now and then we'll pine for the things we've left behind. Uncredited European Ballad, 1000 AD.
So you guys are waiting around, and I say that as in WADING, waiting around in the station, because you might have forgotten you are like walking in ankle deep liquid, kind of like just like a green kind of swamp water liquid. Other than that, it looks like an airport terminal. Aside from that, it's pretty normal. But the strange alien liquid that you're walking around in is always there and kind of has an odor.
Nice.
All right, gang. I need to find a restroom right now. Right now. Does anybody know where a restroom is? Does anybody know where I can... I don't even know.
You're like looking around at all of these signs that are in like just strange language.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, if you just sit down on the floor, no one will probably realize what's happening.
I don't want to freak anybody out. Hey, the Esdes, is there a restroom close by? I need to evacuate a few things, if you know what I mean.
So the one that you were speaking to kind of looks back, because you guys have just like walked like maybe 10 feet away, in the direction of where they said they last saw Mazi Septim. But the one that was talking to you kind of like has a mouth full of bug burger, just like a little antenna just kind of moving around still, out of the corner of her mouth, and she says, "Oh yeah, I think down that corridor to the left. Just keep going. It gets really dimly lit back there, but I promise, bathroom's at the end of the hall."
Thank you very much. I start running through the...
Yeah, just like hands over your mouth. Just
You can hear it just splash all the way.
Are you guys waiting down here for him, or are you continuing on to the ship's engineer?
I think we're going to continue.
Yeah, Samson will catch up.
Yeah, we might as well.
The two of you, Rune and Yuhuan, get to a kind of like the end of what we would call the customer side of the station. There's just like a very distinct doorway that just says like something on the door. You would assume that probably means employees only, if you had to guess, because if you like peek through the window, you can see just like pipes and open circuit stuff, not this kind of like clean airporty looking place that you've been in. And it's also like way darker in there. But just through the doors and a ways in is like this tall kind of figure hunched over with a blowtorch and a mask on, working on something.
So, are you the station? Wait. How do we know? We probably can't understand him.
I mean, you're still standing in front of doors. He's on this person's on the other side, like 20 feet away.
Okay. I'm just gonna knock.
Yeah, they're working a blowtorch. They do not hear you. It's like loud and sparks are flying everywhere.
Alright, I'm just gonna barge in and just try to like wave him down.
Bust through the double doors. They're the like the push kind, the kitchen style bus doors that just, there's no like handle. They just kind of open out. And now you're in kind of this darker service corridor, and you can now clearly, distinctly hear the sounds of like this sizzly, sparky blowtorch just going away at cutting something in a conduit. You can also hear this guy has a cart that has some like tools and things, and there's like a little what looks like a radio that's just like softly blaring kind of alien rock music. It's like the closest approximation you can think of. It's just like a very heavy beat and kind of like, you know, almost a guitar quality to it, but it's like kind of very aggressive music. And this lurking handyman resembles the tall human-like aliens found in the derelict. His tall, lanky frame is a grayish-purple hue with what appear to be dark liver spots. His skin is leathery and paper-thin, veins and ligaments visible in the translucency of flesh that has never felt sunlight. He has hair and a lot of it. A large, messy bun of brown and gray dreadlocks cascades down his back, and when he pulls up the blowtorch mask to see you approach him, you could see that his scruffy belly-length beard matches his hair. He has an assortment of carved stone beads in his hair and a single tattoo of a creature that roughly resembles a turtle on his forearm. And he like kind of looms over you by at least a foot, and kind of just like is too big for this corridor. So it's just like this, he's filling the space as much as possible. Head kind of drooped to avoid hitting the ceiling. And he kind of asks you a question in his language that you've now heard a couple times.
Okay, so what's this question?
It's an alien language.
Oh, okay, so I don't know it yet.
No.
Okay.
He's not speaking Esdesi.
Okay, I'm a roll. I'm a roll to see if I can learn this language. I rolled a 7.
Okay, so 7 we established doesn't teach you the language.
Yeah, just no
technical details. So you definitely understand what he's doing here. He's fixing like some sort of station resource, probably having to do with navigation and keeping the station an approximate distance from the sun outside so that you don't all, explode and die. So it's very important work that he's doing, but he is kind of questioning you. And I will say, like, even though you don't understand the language, you kind of understand his demeanor. And it's kind of like it's kind of like calm but accusatory. Like, he's not upset or anything, it's just questioning.
Okay. So I can't really literally make out what you're saying, but it seems like you have some sort of issue. I don't know if you can understand human language, which, I mean, probably not. I'm just gonna start, like, gesturing, using my hands a lot to express that we want to know what the hell is going on. Yeah, so I'm just kind of, like, hopping and making gestures of, like, a knife ship flying through space and, like, guns and, like, ducking for, like, hiding and just trying to, like, explain everything that's happened in the most dramatically in the most dramatic hand movement expressions that I can.
He watches it all and thinks for a second, and then kind of points to the tattoo on his forearm and, like, gives you kind of like a knowing nod, and then starts talking again. But this time he's, like, using more hand gestures, and he gestures like back to the forearm, and then like pretending like he's holding like a rifle in his hand, and like kind of marching in time, and then does this like gesture like a ship flying through space and a big kind of collision or explosion, and then he like points to all around him, and points to his blowtorch.
So you're, like, too busy to... Or is he saying that he's, like, just an engineer and, like, doesn't really know how to help us type sitch?
Is Rune here? Does
Yeah.
Rune have an idea?
I feel like I am completely clueless. Because not only is Rune completely clueless, but Jordan is completely clueless as to what this engineer is, like, trying to communicate.
Okay. He like sees you guys look quizzical, and like puts up a hand, kind of like in like a hold a second gesture, and like turns around and starts digging through his cart, and then pulls out it looks like a patch, and it looks similar to like the patches that the alien personnel that were on this derelict were wearing, and he like points to his forearm again, to the tattoo, and shows you the patch, and puts it back in his bag, and then like gestures again to like all around him and his blowtorch.
Okay, so, like, I think he's saying... I don't know.
Maybe he wants us to hire him. Maybe we should see if he'll just, like, come with us on our ship. And we'll just have this alien engineer who can blowtorch things.
I don't think that's what he's saying.
Ooh, okay, maybe we should go back and find the Esdes person. Maybe they can communicate with this guy, and we can figure out more of what he's saying.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, after you guys don't like interact with him again, he kind of just looks at you blankly and shrugs, and then gets back to the work that he was doing. Turns his music back up.
Okay. Yeah, well, I guess that didn't really go as planned. But maybe the Ascended might be able to talk to him. Maybe we can convince them to, like, help us.
So Samson, you round the corner of this corridor, still clutching your mouth, trying to follow the Ascended's directions as much as possible to like find the bathroom. And you're very distracted, but you're not, like, your military senses are always like in it, like attuned to your surroundings. And you stop for a second and you hear other footsteps, like other splashing footsteps kind of like behind you quickly, and then they stop when you stop.
I just to test it again, I'm gonna take a few more steps a little quicker and then stop again and turn around this time.
When you do that, when you turn around, you just kind of see like a shadowy figure kind of like duck behind like a shop sign.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and puke on the floor
because
I can't hold it in anymore, and I'm gonna go. Bleh!
It kind of just like floats away. Kind of what's the word I'm looking for?
Disperses.
Yeah, disperses around your feet.
I'm gonna shout back. I was like, "Whoever the fuck you are, back off."
Are you still armed?
No. Yes.
No, you're not.
No, I took the gun from you, Juan.
Okay. I wanted to make sure. And let's see. We started with 15 bullets, right?
Yeah.
I think you, Juan, maybe fired 2.
2,
so you're down to 13.
Yeah.
Just keep in mind.
Yeah. I take the pistol and I rack it, ready to go.
All right. And in this darkened corridor, kind of wading in your own vomit, shadowy figures kind of pursuing you. You hear like something drop down from behind you, like 2 distinct footfalls. And then you turn just in time to see one of the Ascendancy Estes, like one of the bigger males, kind of just like standing behind you. Whoa, man, take it easy. You don't have to be pointing that thing around.
What the hell are you doing in this hallway? You better back up, buddy.
Whoa. Man, I didn't want any trouble. I'm just shopping around like you.
Don't start none, won't be none.
And then another one drops down behind you and kind of like walks around to his buddy, and he's just like, "Yeah, man, there's no problem here."
I'm gonna. Can I use a character move?
Sure.
As a sentinel, I can use a move called Command, and you can order an enemy or a friendly person to do an action, which is you can have them freeze, attack you, or run away.
Okay.
So I'm gonna try to like spook them off.
Okay. Give me the roll.
I rolled a 3. Ooh. That's with the +1.
Oh, so it was Snake Eyes.
Snake Eyes. Oh no.
Nice. Well, nobody here to assist you, so I guess I'm taking a hard move. And like you go to intimidate, you rack this gun again and like go to point it, and a hand, like another like kind of mechanical hand reaches around from behind you and just kind of jerks your arm up and away, and now you're like in the air, as this like big Estes, half mechanical, like cyborg being is holding you by your hand, still gripping the gun. Shouldn't have done that. And everything goes black.
Oh no.
The 2 of you guys, Rune and you, Juan, return to the kind of cafe area where the Ascended were hanging out. It's just the one that you were talking with earlier now. And she's kind of just looking at like a kind of a tablet at the table, kind of quietly reading to herself.
Hello, Ascended person. We were just speaking a few minutes ago, and you were giving us some info on speaking to the ship's engineer. I'm sure you recall.
Right. Yeah, right. There's not been like anyone else that's come by here. I very much remember it.
Okay. Well, we seem to be having a bit of a language barrier when it comes to this engineer. And I was wondering if you could possibly, use your little thingy that's inside your throat that lets you communicate with other languages to help us speak with this engineer.
I think I've got some time. I could be persuaded to help.
Okay. Keyword persuaded. So, what can we do you for?
I kind of feel like this is a move, Demi.
Yeah. Okay. Oh my gosh. I suddenly just want to fiercely assault her. But, no.
Oh my god.
Okay, I'm gonna find common ground.
Violent.
I know!
Yeah.
I know.
Trigger happy.
Okay, remember...
Juan's supposed to be a scientist.
Yuhan just thinks that they are so shady. Like, from that last interaction. Like, the vibes.
That's fine. She has said that she is a she.
Yeah, okay. So I guess I gotta do a sway roll. I have 0 sway. So this is gonna be fun. Okay. I rolled a 7 again.
Okay.
Okay.
So on a 7, their player picks 2, and both must be met. So they'll only do it if, and these are the choices, I'm not picking one yet. A third party vouches for you. They can add or remove specific things to the task. They can back out as soon as the task costs them anything. You reduce the threat you pose to them. You give them something now that's worth it. You reveal your full agenda here. Their faction / family gets 1 treaty on your family. I think the 2, they're going to go with they can back out as soon as the task costs them anything. Right? They're just being a communicator for you. If it becomes anything worse than that, they're not a part of it. And they're going to get 1 treaty on you.
Okay.
So you're persuasive enough, and she says, "Very well. I will take it to mean that you will do us a good turn here in the near future, but I'm perfectly happy to assist. I have a curiosity for new species."
Oh, well, thank you. We are in your debt and hope that we will be able to repay your kindness in turn one of these days. Alright, I'll show you where the engineer is. I'm sure you already know, but I feel a little useless, so allow me to show you where the engineer is.
All right, and so you guys return. He's like closing up his toolbox. Blowtorch has been already put away on his cart, and he's starting to roll it back into kind of like the terminal area. And the Esdes approaches and just like puts up a hand as if to say, stop. We want to speak with you. And Mazi Septim kind of just shrugs and moves his cart out of the way and just stands there expectantly.
Okay, so, Mazi Septim, I am Young Yuan. We are here from a planet called Earth, and this is my colleague here, Rune. We had another one, Samson. He should have been here by now, actually. Wait, Rune, have you heard from Samson?
The Ascendancy, Esdes is like, did you want me to translate all of that, or just the part before the Samson bit?
Just the part before. Rune, can you, call Samson on his communicator and see, where he is?
Do we have our comms?
Yeah, you have your comms are a part of your suit. So you were wearing your suit. I think the two of you got out of your suit, but it's still in your the shopping bag that you have with you.
Right.
So you can pull the bag up to your face and find the comm microphone and speak into it.
Okay, yeah. So I'm gonna do that. Hey, Samson, are you there? Hello? You've been gone a while. That's super weird. Yeah, Yuhani's not answering.
Oh my god. Wait, did he desert or something? Did he just leave us here in the middle of this space station? Oh my gosh, call Android and see if he's back at the ship.
Okay, hey Android.
Yeah?
Is Samson back at the ship?
No, he was with you.
Yeah, he left from being with us, so now we can't find him.
Oh, you lost the captain on your first away mission. That sounds...
Okay, we didn't lose the captain. He just went to the bathroom. He's just taking a really long time.
Oh my gosh, is she really...
Well, you humans do have interesting dietary problems. Samson especially, so maybe he just turned off his communicator to upchuck?
Oh my god, ew, Android.
Can you tell Android that if she does not try to locate Samson in whatever way she can, that I will personally install a waste disposal component into her that will allow her to experience upchucking and other forms of waste removal that us fleshy creatures have.
Yeah, Android, if you could do anything you possibly can to help us locate Samson, that would be great. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I did hear everything Yuhuan said, because my communicator's on this whole time. And I'm not going to do the whole back and forth, you tell Yuhuan this, and Yuhuan tells me that. So, if you try to install a waste disposal unit into my body, I will replace all the air with carbon monoxide.
Oh my god.
Anyway, I'm attempting to locate Samson now.
Thank you, Android.
Meanwhile, I'm so sorry, Ascendancy. We are experiencing a little bit of a hiccup, and we're just trying to locate our commander leader before we continue with what's going on, because I'm sure that he would like to know as well. However, he seems to be a little distracted. So just if you could just tell Mozzie Septum that we'll be right with him.
Okay. And she turns and speaks to him, and he kind of just takes a deep sigh and just kind of looks a little annoyed that you're disrupting his workflow.
He looks annoyed. Tell him he can get back to work and we'll get back with him. In the meantime, do we have trackers on our suits or anything that kind of shows each other where we are?
I think there is a locating thing on the ship. You do not have a little view screen on your suit to see that sort of thing. So from where you are, no. But you did ask Android to do it, and so Android can return and say, I'm seeing his locator is placing him in a corridor due west of you.
Due west? How far?
About 100 feet.
Okay, so he's close. Ascendancy. We're gonna go see where Samson is. I guess if you want to come along, we can. Or you can wait here until we get back, but I guess you'd probably be bored, so you should just come with us.
That, I do have other things to attend to. rather than waiting around with this lovely engineer. So I'm going to go back to doing my work, and you can come find me again if you need me.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, we just have to, these are kind of pressing matters. So, yeah, let's make sure everyone's all together. Alright, Rune, so apparently Android has located Samson. It says that he's about 100 feet due west of here in a corridor. So maybe he threw up to the point where he just passed out and is now laying in a slushy mixture of mysterious goo and vomit and needs to be saved before he drowns. Or worse. So,
Ew.
Let's go.
Love the imagery.
Let's go see what's going on with him.
You follow the instructions from Android, and you find yourself in kind of a half-light situation. Like the lighting in the main promenade terminal is bright, easy to see things. You've gone to like half-lighting down here, and floating in the middle of this corridor is Samson's suit. And he is not in it.
Oh my god. Rune, I think he might have dissolved in this goo. He's not in his suit. Is it safe? Wait, don't touch it. Maybe it's some sort of acid so it won't melt our boots. But I think Samson has fallen and dissolved. What are we gonna do?
Oh my god, Yuan, you need to calm down. He did not dissolve in the goo.
Then why is there a suit and not a Samson?
If the goo could dissolve people, then it wouldn't just be, like, all over the space station.
What if
I'm
it
sure
just
he
dissolves
just
humans?
ditched... I'm sure he just ditched his suit.
But that's... Samson wouldn't ditch his suit. He didn't even want to take it off when we were shopping, so why would he just suddenly want to take it off now?
I mean, I don't know, but either way, we should probably grab it, so when we find him, we can give it back to him.
Okay, that sounds like you volunteered as tribute to carry a gooey, slushy suit. So, enjoy! And
Thanks.
we should... Yeah, where would he go? I guess he was trying to find the, lavatories. Should we try to find one and see if he's in there?
I mean, trying to find a bathroom is probably a good idea.
Yeah, I guess that'll be our first thing to try to see if he's in there.
Yeah, I think...
I was gonna think maybe... No, I was gonna think maybe information is power, but it seems like that really can't be used without some sort of context.
Actually, that would be okay. So it says reveal a secret that they discovered about your target and get fleeting advantage exploiting it. And if we say that the target is Samson, so you're kind of investigating around trying to see what happened here, like what happened to him, where did he go? So I guess you could use that. You have to spend a point of data to do so.
Okay.
Which we only have like one or two, right?
I don't know, Andrew was keeping track the last I checked.
We should have one data left.
I feel like this would be a time to use it.
I'm down.
Yeah, we're gonna use the data.
Okay. So you use the data. You're kind of looking around this this wet corridor. You have picked up Samson's suit. You're not seeing like any like obvious clues, but Rune, you notice that there are cameras like facing kind of like all angles of this corridor, and this is not the first time you've seen a camera. You've actually been noticing them all around the station. They seem to be everywhere, except in like the service corridor. When you went back there was no cameras, but anywhere in like the promenade, the main area where customers are, there are cameras.
Hey, Yuhan, there are cameras like all over this space station. Like, do you see them up there? So if we can figure out where those are broadcasting to, we might be able to figure out where Samson went.
Huh, that's a pretty good idea.
Yeah.
Huh.
I know.
I'm really gonna hope that he's not just missing. And if he was, I thought he would do something cool and like, you know, like mysterious, like instead of leaving breadcrumbs, he'd just leave like chunks of vomit and a trail leading to where he is. But
how is that cool?
Because at least his vomit would be good for something. No.
So gross.
Alright, let's go see if we could find a security office somewhere. Are there any cables that we can follow that are like leading back to like a power source or anything?
You got like a 7 and 9 on the Goosh, didn't you?
Yes, I got that on the Goosh, and I got it on the SDS.
Well, no, you got a 10 plus on the SDS, so like you could understand their language, but the 7 and 9 means that you understand their technology.
Okay.
And so you can look at these cameras, but you know that they are cable free.
Okay. Damn. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be super helpful if we could ask that security person that you shot at.
Well, you didn't shoot at them, so I can hang back a little bit if you kind of want to, take a look, maybe. Or, actually, I did shoot at them, so maybe I could just cause trouble and have it apprehend me, and maybe it'll just take me to some sort of security office.
Okay, but if they apprehend you, you're not gonna, like, have access to the security office.
But Android has a tracker, so at least wherever it shows my location, then you'll know that that's where the possible security location is, unless the brig is in an entirely different location. So maybe that's too much of a risk.
Yeah, why does it feel like you just want to cause trouble again?
I love how I kidnap one of you, and then one of the other ones is just like, I volunteer as tribute. Let me also be captured.
I can't be kidnapped. Okay.
Maybe we could just ask that Goosh that seems to be, like, in charge of things a little bit.
Yeah, we could try, and if that doesn't work, I guess you did sneak onto our ship, so maybe if anything, if we can find out where it is, you can, like, sneak in there. I'll be more than happy to cause a scene.
Oh, I know you are.
Let's go try to talk to this Goosh.
All right. So the two of you head off to the last place that you saw the Goosh, which was this clothing store. It's very much not there, but you kind of just like look around the shop for a couple of minutes, or like a minute, and then it kind of rolls itself into the room and gets back behind the counter, kind of jiggles to a stop.
Alright, I guess I can't directly speak to this, but I guess if I know it's technology, does it still have that data pad?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just gonna, like, grab the data pad from it. Is that fiercely assault?
Oh my god!
Let's get into it, I guess.
You could ask.
No, it says, when you use an appropriate weapon to hurt, capture, or drive off your enemies is fiercely assault. So you're not using a weapon, and you're not attacking it.
Yeah, I just wanted to grab it.
I mean, you can grab it. Its pseudopods are not quick enough to stop you.
Okay.
But it is kind of just like reaching.
Okay, so I'm gonna point at the data pad, put it behind me, point up at the cameras, point at it, do like a handcuff motion, grab the data pad, point it towards it, kind of trying to say that, tell us where the cameras are and you'll get your data pad back type motions. I don't know if that really translated, but that was my attempt.
All right, that sounds like a find common ground.
Okay, so I'm gonna do a find common ground roll.
With your 0 sway.
Yeah, I have no
How much
sway.
sway
Maybe
does Rune
should
have,
try.
by the way?
-1.
Okay, well, fair enough. I was gonna say, if Rune's the swayest one...
I did get I don't know why I keep rolling 7s. I got 7 again. But can I do a call for aid?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, I got a 7, so if you want to try calling for aid, Rune, to see if you can get a higher roll.
With my -1. Oh shit! That's gonna be an 11.
Yes!
Ooh, 2 6s, nice.
Yes.
So that brings your mixed success up to a full success. So they only get to pick one thing that you have to do. You give them something now that's worth it. I think that is giving them back their data pad. The possession that's already theirs. Yeah, and so like they kind of like look pleadingly up at you with their knot eyes, and you kind of just like think about it for a second and then just slowly pass it back, and the pseudopods get to work like swiping left and right on the pad, and then soon you're looking at a camera feed, and this has like every camera in the station up on it right now. You get the sense that the Goosh, it watches the cameras the whole day, and if somebody enters a shop, it sees it on the camera and then goes to that shop to tend it.
Place is like really understaffed.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to work anymore.
Yeah, we're talking like peak pandemic levels of operation staff.
I don't know why I'm feeling so aggressive, Rune. I don't know if I'm just feeling under the weather. Maybe you should take the reins from here before I just do something that we'll regret again.
Yeah, that's fair. So I'm gonna start like scrolling through all the cameras, looking for the ones for the corridor where we found Samson's suit.
Yeah, it doesn't. It's not going to require a roll. You can find them.
Okay.
It is a live feed.
Oh, ew! That's so unhelpful.
Well, do you expect to just like find the camera feed and then see it exactly in the past,
and then be able to rewind and like, yeah.
I mean, it is being recorded.
Yeah, I want to like view the recording.
This took place about 20 minutes ago. Back when you were talking to Mazi Septum for the first time, and you see Samson go into the corridor. He is like moving quickly, and then he stops and he turns around and looks around, sees that no one's watching, and then vomits into the water. And like you see him get it on himself, like a bunch on his suit, and he like gets angry and rips the suit off and throws it into the water. And then there's like a fuzzy thing on the screen, and then it goes back to being just the suit floating in the water.
Okay, that's weird.
So what was that? Did you just take the suit off?
But it doesn't show him going anywhere, so I think somebody messed with this recording.
You're saying this is a deep fake?
That's one way to put it.
Samson, vomit, deepfake, search.
Young Yuan turns to the Goosh and gestures, what why is this, like, how do I gesture that it seems like there's, like, time missing from this?
I think this is going to be, if you're trying to show it to him with the device, I would say it's unleash power. If you're trying to just, like, talk to the goosh and, like, convey a message, it'll be another like, find common ground to get him to get the goosh to kind of follow your line of thinking.
Okay, I'll do an unleash power roll to, like, kind of try to show him through the device. So I got a 9.
Okay, on a 7 and 9, pick 2. The device does exactly what you wanted. The device can be used again. You won't rouse other devices in your environment. You avoid the device's side effects.
Okay, the device does what I want it to. And I guess it doesn't, like, alert any other devices in the area.
Okay. All right. I can work with that. So the device doing exactly what you wanted to do is replaying the thing that Rune just saw, and kind of like you like pause on the moment when the camera gets fuzzy, and the goosh kind of like ponders that. It's looking like curiously at its camera, and then it just like takes the data pad and rolls out of the store through the back, like on its little egg cart thing.
We follow it! Rune, let's go after this thing. See where it's going.
Okay.
Android's gonna call you in on the comms and say, I think I might have picked up a human heat signature.
What's the location?
It is in one of the, it looks like it's maybe a storage bay of some kind.
Alright, thanks, Android. Rune, Android picked up a human heat signature in some sort of bay. So I think we should check it out.
Yeah, I did hear that, so thank you. I agree. We should totally check that out.
The goosh is leaving, and you have a human heat signature to investigate. You can do one of those things together.
Okay, should Rune follow the goosh, and maybe I go investigate the heat signature, and that way we can kind of keep track of two things at once?
Yeah, I'll totally follow the goosh. I definitely want to just follow this wet, sticky, gloopy thing all around.
I never said that it was
station.
Sticky.
Well, he's certainly gloopy.
That's true. That is very true. If Goosh had poetry,
I bet he's sticky.
I resent that. Okay, not everything that's wet and gloopy is also sticky. Okay,
but is he sticky?
I would say slimy.
Okay.
Greetings from beyond space and time. I am the Game Master. Every episode, I like to take a second to appear, hat in hand, to ask for a little bit of financial support. If you enjoy what we do, please consider becoming a subscriber at patreon.com/roll_warriors. This really is a ton of work that the whole crew puts in for every episode, and your contributions could help us make it even better. $5 a month is all it takes to become a patron, and we do have some bonus episodes available for backers and the opportunity to suggest what you would like for us to do for our next bonus episode. I have begun the process of mastering and polishing the vast collection of music from Season 1 of Roll Warriors into something of an album. Now, the final product won't include everything that I composed for the season, but I have selected tracks that I felt could stand alone as music worth listening to. Keep an eye out for more information in the future about the release date and place for this album. I will most likely be creating a deluxe version of the album as a Patreon exclusive, which will include more tracks and perhaps even more goodies, so be sure to subscribe today. If money is tight right now, which I totally get, consider following us on Twitter at Roll Warriors and sharing us with your friends and family. Word of mouth is a really powerful tool, and you could help us out immensely by just getting your friends listening as well. That just about wraps up the ads, so I will let you get back to the episode.
You take off after the goosh, who is not waiting for you necessarily. Definitely, like, is kind of like zooming through like these service corridors back to wherever it's going. and you're kind of just like following as best as you can. I'm gonna have you do Wasteland Survival.
Okay.
Because I think some of these, at least, qualify.
Damn, that's a 13.
Holy shit, Rune.
I am rolling all sixes
Ooh.
tonight.
On a 10 plus, you'll pick one from the top three and also pick one from the bottom three. So the top three are: you lose something along the way, a member of your group is hurt or sick, an obstacle or threat is blocking your way back. 10 plus, you also pick: you discover a hidden treasure in the wastelands worth a lot of if you can secure it. You discover a secret path you can take using this route without triggering the move. You discover a secret, details on a threat, signs of other peoples, or origins of the fall. So one from the top, one from the bottom.
Okay, I want to do you lose something along the way,
All right.
and you discover a hidden treasure in the wasteland.
Okay. So, zooming through these back corridors, you are going to... Your bag, like you're just like running and carrying it next to you, and you do not notice that your suit falls out of it.
Shit, of course it had to be my suit.
And then you are going to... So the thing that you discover, a hidden treasure, behind a big glass door, kind of like on your way, you kind of side check, and you see just a storeroom full of metal scraps.
Ooh, I am going to start stuffing metal scraps into my bag.
The door is locked.
Oh.
You do see it. So it's like you're in a dimly lit corridor with like lots of tubing and wires and stuff following this goosh, and there's like a glass door with a handle, and through that are like shelves and shelves of scrap metal.
Okay, well, I'll come back to that. Gonna keep following the goosh.
So you keep following the goosh, and you are going to the goosh makes like one final turn and stops in this room that is just filled with view screens. They're like, it's just wall to wall and a computer apparatus of view screens. You are like on the far side of the station looking for this human heat signature in kind of like more of the freight side of things. This would be like where, ships that were depositing like a lot of freight things would be storing them, finding buyers for them, and exchanging stuff like that. So in one of these cargo bays is it's very dark, like one light is beaming down from the ceiling, and you see a disheveled looking Samson tied up like to a bunch of crates, mouth covered in like a weird polymer.
Oh my god, Samson! I'm sloshing over to him. I splash down into the water and start like trying to like grab and undo whatever is tied up with him. First I pull the thing out of his mouth. Okay, so I stop after trying to untie him and then like pull the thing out of his mouth. I'm like, Samson, what happened? What's going on?
Those bastards jumped me.
Who jumped you?
Those stupid Esdes we saw earlier.
The cyber ones?
Yeah, they said something about my green light or whatever. They were interested in something. I don't know what it was, but all I know is that I pulled a gun on them and they knocked me out cold. So here we are.
I knew they were not
untied. Let's get out of here.
Okay. Okay. Do I have to like do a roll to try to untie him?
I'm gonna say that this is a diffuse.
Okay, I'll do a diffuse roll.
And you can choose. I would say it's probably gonna be intimidation or physical exertion. Physical exertion would be the
Yeah.
so plus
Okay.
force.
Okay, so I rolled a 9, so plus 1, 10.
Okay. On a 10 plus, the situation is safe until changed significantly. You like untie Samson and start making your way out of this this service hallway. When you get to the exit, you are stopped by 6 Esdes, armed and ready for you.
Oh, shit.
Okay, so Young Yuan kind of just, like, looks at all the Esdes and then kind of grabs their head and kind of, like, falls back a little bit. Now, Yuan's kind of just standing and looking at all the Esdes. Do you have that gun I gave you, Samson?
Nope.
Nope.
Oh, God.
It does not.
Okay.
I'm going to use the character move. I'm going to try to command them to run away again.
Okay.
Getting some different dice. See if this works a little better. And that is a 6.
Good. Love
That's
that.
really good. Really good.
Wait, can you use a call for aid? Can I help him?
It's a character move.
It's a character move. You can't call for aid on a character move because Young Yuan does not have that move.
Oh, yeah, that's
It's a character
true.
specific move.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's true.
That's
Okay.
the ruling we made last time. Is on a character specific move where only you possess that move. Nobody else can help you. So you roll a 6, and I take a hard move against that. And
Okay.
the big one that grabbed you before the first time, he sees you like go to yell to back down, and he's like, "Not this again. It didn't work the first time. It's not going to work this time."
We got another person out there. You better back your ass up. I'm ready for you this time.
And you guys are trying to like keep your eyes on everyone, but like you both get like shot in the neck with like a dart, and then everything goes black. Rune. So you are in this room with this goosh that you cannot communicate with, who is frantically going through camera feeds, and it looks like they're going through maybe like the data storage devices and things, and checking things. What are you doing?
I am just gonna like kind of walk up and watch the screens as they're doing this.
Okay. You're watching the screens, and you notice like there's a separate little field off to the right-hand side that's just like a cluster of things that are watching the cargo bays. And you see 6 Esdes walking through the corridors like carrying something, and then the cameras go gray, the static reappears, and then the corridor is empty.
Okay, what does it sort of look like they're carrying? Like general size and shape.
I would say like roughly, probably like a big sack, maybe like
roughly human sized.
I mean, maybe.
Okay, so I am going to go ahead and relay this information to Android.
How?
Oh yeah, I don't have my suit.
And this is when I think you realize you're like digging through the bag and it's not in there.
Okay, so I'm gonna go looking for my suit.
Okay.
But I didn't lose Samson's suit.
That's true. Yeah, it is still with you. It's covered in vomit and goop.
I am going to use Samson's vomit-soaked comm system to try to get through to Android and Yuhuan.
Okay. Same as before. When you try to raise Yuhuan, you get just dead air as a response.
Cool. So at this point, I am assuming something has happened to Yuhuan as well.
Uh-huh. And you're alone in a station full of aliens. So how are you feeling?
Not great. I've been better.
A bit better, thanks. Thanks for asking.
Yeah, thanks for checking in, but not doing great. So I am going to backtrack and see if I can find my suit, and then after that, head towards this cargo bay. Hey, Android, I think Samson might have been kidnapped, and Yuhuan is now missing too. So if you could do another search. I doubt they have their suits on. In fact, I know Samson doesn't because I have his suit. But if you could search for another human heat signature, see if there's any way you could locate them.
Yes, of course. This will take a few minutes because it took me that long to track down the human signature the first time. It's not especially a big signal, and there's a lot of other life forms down there, so it does take a minute to pinpoint which is which.
Cool. Yeah, you do that. While she's doing that, I am definitely going to search for my spacesuit because that is a thing one needs when traveling in space.
For sure it is. So, backtracking, this will take you basically roughly about the same amount of time as it takes Android to locate a heat signature. But it's like the arm of this suit is like dangling from the locked door where
Wait,
you
so
saw
it
all.
didn't fall into the goop.
No.
Score.
Yeah. I knew that would matter to you.
You're the best.
So yeah, no, it looks like it just like there's some like wiring and stuff on the outside of the suit, and it just got caught on this kind of door handle.
Right.
The locked door that still has all that metal scrap in it.
Cool. Is there a move I can do to see if I can get into this locked door?
I mean, you can always fiercely assault it.
I don't know that will work. I mean, it is a glass door, you said, so...
Yeah.
But I don't want to get arrested while I'm looking for my kidnapped friends.
Yeah. I would say forge a path is probably also an acceptable.
Okay, that's going to be an 8.
An 8. You pick 2. You're exposed to danger as you travel. The route you took is lost. You can't take gear/other characters with you, or you take a lot longer than you expected.
Okay, I'm going to go with I'm exposed to danger. And I take a lot longer than expected.
Okay.
Sorry, guys. You're gonna have to hold on while I get this scrap metal for us. Because that's a priority.
For sure. So, the being exposed to danger is, you just, like, try as hard as you can to, like, bust the door open, with, like, you know, various tools. You're trying to fiddle with the locking mechanism. You try to trace to see if there's, like, you know, a power supply that you can cut off to the door. And eventually, you just come to the conclusion, it's glass. I can just break it. And so you back up enough and get a running leap, and you jump through a plate glass door and take 1 harm as glass shards just pepper you.
I am the only member of the party that has taken harm.
Twice. Yep. It took a lot longer than you expected because you couldn't figure it out and you just decided to punch your way through. But you're there.
Just fiercely assaulted.
You're there, and hey, live and learn. And you start stuffing scrap metal into your bag. Now you don't have like the big heavy suit, so you can't like take everything. But you can fill your bag up, and so you guys can erase the need for hull components.
Okay.
And you're also going to get 2 data.
Yay!
Nice.
Yeah, there's some alien data pads lying around. Maybe like manifests of these things that they've scrapped. It's like, I don't know if this is useful, but I'm stuffing it in here. And maybe we'll figure out a use for it later.
Okay, so have I heard back from Android?
Yeah, just as you're like putting the last thing in the bag, Android comes back on the comms and says, I've located them. They're in one of the ship bays. It looks like the bay is connected to that strange ship that we saw when we first docked.
Android, we might need to get out in a hurry. So if you could just have everything ready for us to go.
I can initiate the undocking sequence and get the engines primed.
For sure. Thank you.
I'm assuming you're booking it, right?
Yeah. I'm fucking going. I already wasted time getting the scrap metal.
As fast as your 2 legs will allow you to carry 2 spacesuits and a bag, a shopping bag, like a Macy's bag full of scrap metal.
Yeah.
You get to the ship bay where this ship has been just as it's pulling away. So you get to the docking bay and like that you can see like this goopy worm thing like retracting back into the docking bay, and as the doors close and the ship, this alien ship, this cable coated weird geometry ship starts to pull away.
Android, I'm coming back. Get ready to follow that ship.